Ukraine swiftly dispatched reinforcements to the northeastern Kharkiv region on Friday to repel a Russian assault on local defenses, as per authorities. This move by Moscow signifies a tactical shift in the ongoing conflict, an anticipated development by Ukrainian officials for weeks. Ala Syniehubov, the governor of Kharkiv's region, reported intense shelling overnight in Vovchansk, a city close to the Russian border with a pre-war population of approximately 20,000. The shelling, involving guided aerial bombs, artillery, rockets, tanks, and mortar, resulted in the death of at least one civilian and injuries to 5 others. Subsequently, authorities initiated the evacuation of around 3,000 residents. At daybreak, Russian infantry attempted to breach Ukrainian defenses near Vovchansk, prompting the deployment of reserve units by the Ukrainian Defense Ministry to repel the attack. Russian military bloggers suggested that this assault could mark the beginning of Russia's efforts to establish a buffer zone, a concept previously mentioned by President Vladimir Putin as a measure to prevent Ukrainian attacks on Russian border regions, including Belgorod. The situation in the Kharkiv region remains tense, with the recent escalation highlighting the evolving dynamics of the conflict and the strategic maneuvers being employed by both sides. In a recent ground assault in northeastern Ukraine, Moscow's forces seized 5 villages, according to the Russian Defense Ministry. Associated Press journalists in Vovchansk witnessed significant destruction from Russian airstrikes and Grad rockets, with multiple buildings damaged. The contested villages lie in a gray zone on the border of Ukraine's Kharkiv region and Russia. While Ukrainian officials did not confirm the capture of these villages, Ukrainian journalists reported that Russian troops took control of Borisivka, Ohertsiv, Pilna, and Strelika on Friday. Russia also claimed the village of Playtnivka was captured. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky stated that fighting continued in several settlements, with Ukrainian troops engaging in counterattacks to protect the territory. The Institute for the Study of War confirmed the seizure of at least one village, describing the recent Russian gains as tactically significant. The renewed assault in the region has led to the evacuation of over 1,700 civilians near the conflict zone. The intensified attacks by Russia, targeting energy infrastructure and settlements, indicate a strategic effort to shape conditions for an offensive. The ongoing airstrikes and rocket barrages in Vovchansk have forced evacuations, with police and volunteers assisting residents. The city has witnessed widespread destruction, with evacuees expressing fear and uncertainty about the escalating violence. The assault in Kharkiv aims to exploit ammunition shortages and divert Ukrainian forces from heavy battles in the Donetsk region. Russian military bloggers suggest that the assault could establish a buffer zone to prevent Ukrainian attacks on Russian border regions. Concerns mount over potential supply route disruptions and the siege of Kharkiv, where a significant population resides. Ukrainian officials are reinforcing defenses in the Kharkiv region to repel Russian forces. President Zelensky called on Western allies to expedite military aid deliveries to bolster Ukrainian defenses. The conflict escalated with attacks from both sides, resulting in casualties and damages in multiple regions. The situation remains tense, with ongoing fighting and the urgent need for international support to mitigate the impact of the conflict on civilians and the region. The outcome of the election in Lithuania could have significant implications for the country's relationship with Russia and its position within NATO. Here are some potential impacts based on the candidates and their stances. 1. Continuation of pro-Western policies. If the incumbent, Gitanas Nausėda, secures another term, it is likely that Lithuania will maintain its pro-Western stance, supporting Ukraine and aligning closely with NATO and the EU. Nausėda has been a strong advocate for Ukraine and has supported increased defense spending, which aligns with NATO's priorities. 2. Shift in foreign policy. In the event of a new president such as Prime Minister Ingrida Simonito or Ignas Vėgėlė, there could be a potential shift in foreign policy. Simonito, with her experience in politics, might bring a nuanced approach to foreign relations, while Vėgėlė's populist views could introduce new dynamics that might impact Lithuania's relationship with Russia and NATO. 3. Defense spending and NATO commitments. The election outcome could influence Lithuania's defense spending commitments and its role within NATO. Candidates' views on military expenditure and NATO's role in the region will be crucial in determining Lithuania's defense capabilities and its contributions to the alliance. 4. Bilateral relations with Russia. The election outcome may also impact Lithuania's bilateral relations with Russia. A change in leadership could lead to shifts in how Lithuania engages with Russia, especially given the ongoing tensions between the two countries. Overall, the election outcome will shape Lithuania's foreign policy direction, defense posture, and its position within NATO, impacting its relations with Russia and the broader geopolitical landscape in the Baltic region and Europe.